Fox News alert, U.S. forces taking out that man, the leader of ISIS, during an overnight raid in Syria. Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurayshi was wearing a suicide vest and detonated it, reportedly, as soon as he saw the commandos during the raid.
Well, we do have some video of the aftermath from just hours ago. 13 Syrians died during the raid, including 6 children. President Biden releasing a statement last night at my direction. U.S. military forces in northwest Syria successfully undertook a counterterrorism operation to protect the American people and our allies and make the world a safer place.
Senate Foreign Relations Committee member Marco Rubio joins us now. Senator, they didn't tip you off about this, but this is why you leave a presence in this area, correct?
Yeah, and there's a growing risk of ISIS right now in Afghanistan. Look, first of all, I think the president made the right decision to make this call, and it's important to remember that these weren't robots that went in and did this. These were Americans, and their families are here in the United States, and we want to thank them for their service to our country. These are dangerous missions, but it's against very dangerous and evil people. ISIS right now is growing. Once again, it's trying to reconstitute itself inside of Afghanistan to target not just American interests in the region, but to come after us here at home. And so it's good to see raids like this. It's concerning that we don't have the ability to do the same thing in other parts of the world where ISIS can now be found and are organizing.
Like Afghanistan?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The president's going to discuss the raid live from the White House at 9:30. You can watch it right here on Fox for the folks at home. He also just approved sending the 3,000 American troops to Eastern Europe in the coming days, he says. Here's Senator Josh Hawley on why he opposes deploying these troops there. Listen.
We need to be focusing less on Europe and more on our major security threats elsewhere. China. If we expand NATO, it means that the United States will be providing additional security guarantees that will be more embroiled in European conflicts. This isn't the time for that. We can't do everything. The United States can't do everything. We've got to focus on the safety of the American people, and the number one threat to that abroad right now is China.
Senator, do you agree with him?
Well, number one threat to the United States today is China, but related to that threat is the idea that you can somehow just go into any country you want and take it over. Frankly, I don't know anyone who's calling for or supporting U.S. troops being involved in a war in Ukraine. I certainly don't support that. Not even the Ukrainians are asking for it. On the other hand, if we live in a world where countries can say, look, that land belongs to us, we want it, we're going to go and take it for ourselves. If that's the world we now live in, we're back to 1937, 1938, and 1939. And by the way, that's what China says about Taiwan and about parts of its border with India and parts of its border with Vietnam. In Europe alone, there are probably 8 or 9 countries who have leaders or at least movements in those countries that are arguing that they got screwed over by some treaty 120 years ago, and they would like to rewrite it. And if they have more military power than their neighbors, they go in and take it. And I'm telling you, if we live in a world where countries can say that belongs to us, we're going to go in and take it by military force and annex it, then you are going to see an impact to the United States. If COVID has taught us anything, it's that things that happen halfway around the world can have an impact on our economy here at home. And our lives here at home, for that matter. So I'm not in favor of sending military troops to fight in a war in Ukraine, and I don't think we need to. But there has to be serious consequences that hopefully deter Vladimir Putin from doing what I think he's going to end up doing. And once he does it, he's got to pay a big price, or other people are going to follow his example and do the same thing.
Yeah. So the president is sending the troops to Europe amid this threat. But at the same time, you've got Americans who are going, okay, and we just played a soundbite from the Arizona Attorney General talking about the president's more interested in the Ukrainian border than the U.S. border. The average American senator is more interested in crime, and they're more interested in inflation. And the president's going to come and talk about guns today, and that's going to be about it.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt that our border's in crisis. And, if you ask me, okay, we can't do both, you have to choose one or the other, then I most certainly would say then the U.S. has to send its resources to the border. The problem we have now is we're not doing anything about it, okay? They're not interested in enforcing the border. They're not interested in enforcing immigration law. They never talk about it. You saw Mayorkas had a meeting last week that went very poorly with border agents. We only know about it because someone videotaped it secretly and sent it out to the press. But they are not enforcing the law. They are literally inviting and luring thousands of people a day to enter the country illegally. They're facilitating it as well in that sense. And it's terrible for those people too, but it's terrible for this country. So I think we need to do both, and I think we have the capability to do both. It's not an either or. We can, should, and must secure our border, and in terms of priorities, that has to come first. The problem with the Biden administration is they don't even talk about it or care about it, not to mention inflation and supply chain disruptions and labor shortages and all the other challenges we have in our country. They like talking about fake things, like voter suppression efforts that don't exist. These are fake things. They don't exist, but that's what they spend our time on.
Right, until they get a wake-up call on the next election, that they'll probably think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Senator Marco Rubio, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, things will change if they get in the majority.